Defined benefit pension transfer fees, the costs explained. Okay, today we're going to be diving deep into the cost of defined benefit pension transfers. Okay, no matter where you look, no matter where you read, defined benefit pension transfer costs have gone up dramatically over the course of the past years. The key reason for this is the increased level of regulation and the increased PI insurance that authorized pension transfer specialists are having to pay in order to remain insured to continue giving this advice to people. Actually, if we look here at the Financial Times or the FT Advisor in 2021, we can see here how they were already commenting on this back in 2021, with saying that the DB pension transfer advice fees had reached their highest level since 2018, according to XPS. I was actually featured in this article back in 2021. Effectively, my commentary was saying that yes, this is happening because people are having to increase their fees in the industry. The average and ongoing advice fees of 1.9% is pretty expensive though, in my opinion. Here at Cameron James, as I'll be showing you later, our ongoing advice fees are around closer to 1.5%, including the platform, the SIP, the underlying funds, etc. So really, when it comes to this area, if you're looking to do a final salary pension transfer now, you have to understand it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be expensive, okay? But the reason it is expensive is because it's very complicated. Clients often say, oh, I'm doing a final salary pension transfer. I just need to decide this form. How much is it going to cost? Yeah, I wish it was that simple. So effectively, we still have to take you through an entire advice process. And in order to do that, it is expensive, okay? For giving final salary pension transfer advice, we use an authorized and regulated pension transfer specialist. In my tenure here as CEO at Cameron James, I have seen the independent DB report fee for a final salary pension transfer rise from £750 now up to an average of £3,500 just for the authorized DB advice report. You will typically then need implementation of that DB advice, which is what we do here at Cameron James, in order to physically complete the pension transfer. So this is a good point to move over onto cost in detail. As you can see from our website here, we have 3 tiers of charging schedule for clients below 250,000, from 250,000 to 1 million, and clients who are over 1 million. Below 250,000, it's a 3% initial setup charge and a 1% ongoing annual management charge. Between 250,000 and a million, it's a 2% setup fee and a 1% ongoing annual management charge. And over 1 million, it's a 1% setup fee and 1% ongoing annual management charge. On top of that, you have your fixed DB authorized and regulated advice report, which allows you to understand whether a final salary pension transfer is in your interest or not. So effectively, the 3, 2 or 1% initial charge, you need to add on the fixed DB report fee, which typically at the moment is around £3,500, depending upon where you live and which specialist we're working with. So that gives you a very quick breakdown of cost. Now, a lot of clients will say to me, Dominic, I really like the service, I really like everything, I read all your testimonials, reviews, the initial costs just seem a little bit expensive though. Is there anything that we can work on these? Unfortunately, here at Cameron James, everything that we do is already pinned out and worked out. How much liability are we taking on in terms of providing an implementation, and how much is the DB specialized report writer, what liability are they taking on in providing you with that advice? Now, interestingly, once you've received that advice, in the large amount of scenarios, you are going to be advised not to transfer. We have to remember that FCA asks all pension transfer specialists and financial advisors to start off from the standpoint that it is not in a client's best interest to transfer out of their final salary scheme. So you have to understand, when you're talking to people about cost, ask your financial advisor, what will happen if I'm advised to retain my defined benefit pension transfer or defined benefit pension transfer assets? So here at Cameron James, at the time of recording, on a case-by-case basis, at times we are allowed to proceed with the implementation of a client who's been advised to retain, but they have to have very good rationale in order for our compliance team to accept that. So it's a very important point to understand. Now, in terms of the broader topic, a lot of clients will ask me, okay, well, how do I save money on these costs? What can I do? And I've actually done an entire video on this, how to save money on defined benefit pension transfer. To very quickly summarize, it's very difficult. The charges that are in the industry are there for a very good reason. And also, we have to ask ourselves the question of, why are there professional service fees there? They're there because you have a defined benefit pension asset, which is very valuable and is probably not a good idea for you to move out. if you're able to get really cheap, low-cost advice from people who are not thoroughly analyzing your situation, it's unlikely that the outcome of your advice is going to be very strong. Nobody in the industry, the amount of DB pension transfer specialists is dropping because no one wants to do it anymore because of the liability and insurance premiums that they have to pay. So many financial advisors are exiting this market. So for all the clients who say, oh, it's easy money, money for old rope, well, go and set up a financial advisory firm, or why are all these financial advisory firms exiting the market if it's so easy and so profitable? The other thing, which I have in another video, which I'll be doing, is the hidden cost of defined benefit pension transfer advice. If you see cheap advice, I would always run a mile, because generally speaking, there's a lot of reasons I'll go into in the other video which explain how the advice is cheap and what you are potentially giving up. So guys, it's really important in terms of cost. I firstly would just accept it. You have to pay fees for your final salary pension transfer if you wish to get DB advice, or you need to remain inside your final salary scheme. But arguing about the cost or trying to be annoyed about the FCA or the government, whoever you want to blame for why costs are involved, effectively isn't going to get you anywhere. All it's going to do is get you annoyed and angry. And actually, if we think about it, the two main people that are to blame for high final salary pension transfer cost is one, bad financial advisors, and two, clients who took bad financial advice from them. Now, out of the two of them, you can argue that the financial advisor is a more sophisticated one, so they are more to blame. There's a lot of clients out there as well who just took very poor quality advice, did bad research, bad homework, particularly outside the United Kingdom. Financial advisors promised them high returns and guaranteed this and guaranteed that, structured products and all sorts of things which typically aren't really suitable for retail investors, and they thought they're just going to go and make a load of money. It's not as simple as that. You need to always be working with a regulated, qualified and authorized pension transfer specialist who has a good track record. Not just someone you sit who buys you a nice lunch and they're your mate in Dubai, or you met them from the sports club, whatever it might be. Do your homework thoroughly. And if everyone had been doing this in the past, it's likely that pension transfer costs would be much lower now. Guys, please always like, subscribe and share the channel below to let us know that we're doing a good job. I don't know what your scenario is, if you've had difficulties trying to get DB advice, if you think it's outrageous, if you think it's good value, let me know in the comment section below and I'm more than happy to answer your questions personally. And if you wish to, you can also reach out to us directly for a free initial consultation. You can head over to the description where there's a calendar link. You can also head over to our website, have more of a check out who we are, how we work. You can even drop me an informal WhatsApp from the description below. Guys, I hope that's been useful. Please like, subscribe and share. And as always, take care with UK Pension Assets.